and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nora Shafia binti Ahmad Saufi, number metric 272954. We are Group 10. Our group had choose Dataset 1, which is mathematics students, as our topic. This topic is about education, specifically in mathematics subject. As we know, education is very important because education can give a knowledge that will be useful in our future job field. However, some students may be affected by various things that make their grades increase or decrease. We will analyze all the data that had given and we choose to find out the factors that lead to mathematics students' performances. We have three objectives that we highlight in this video, which is first, to identify students' background. Second, to analyze mathematics students' performances in mathematics subject. And last, to identify and analyze factors that lead to their performance.
Majority mathematics students is female, which is 77 students out of 150 students, forming 51% of the sample, while other 73 male students forming 49% of the sample.
From the data set that had given, father's job of mathematics student had categorized to 5 categories, which is teacher, civil services, healthcare related, jobless, and other than those jobs. We can see from this pie chart that majority students' father have a job in the field other than teacher, service industries, or health industries, which is 53% of 150 students. Students' father that work as a teacher occupy 11% lower than students' father that work in civil services, which occupy 25% of the sample. Other than that, 6 students have a jobless father. In this analysis, we can see that majority students' father have a job, but a few students maybe will be affected by the problem of their father that doesn't work, such as financial problem. Extracurricular activities somehow is important to students because those activities will release student stress. We will analyze whether extracurricular activities affect student performance or not. We can see here that 82 students out of 150 students join extracurricular activities, forming 55% of 150 students that join extracurricular activities. Other 45 students did not join any extracurricular activities. As we know, in this pandemic situation, teaching and learning process is carried out online. So, internet access is one mandatory thing that all students should have. If students cannot access internet at home, they cannot go through learning process smoothly. From this pie chart, we can see that 86% mathematics students can access internet at their home, but 14% students cannot. This problem makes it difficult for students and it can affect students' performance.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anis Tuzati binti Muhammad Yusof, metric number 281471.
The students' mother's jobs consist of services, teacher, at home, health, and others.
As you can see, most of the students' mothers have a decent job, which make it possible for the students to have a good education. 78% of the students, which are 117 of them, have no romantic relationship. Having a romantic relationship is one of the factors that affected the students' performance in mathematics. With the majority of the students having no romantic relationship, it concludes the improvement of the students' performance well. From the table and the graph, we can see that most of the students, which are 21 of the 150 students, obtain the grade 11, which make it 14% of all. On the other hand, the grade 20 is obtained by the least number of students, which is only one of them, that make it 0.67% out of 150 students.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Akila Shahada binti Muhammad Zaudi, metric number 28057. Now, I will show you the bar graph of students' absence. We can see from this graph that most of the students are attending the school without even skip it for once. There are 46 students out of 150 students forming 30.67% of them. But there are also 1 students that have an absence about 20, 25, 26 and 54 times, forming 0.67% from them. From this, we can see that most of the students are very concerned about attending the school, so they will not miss any topic that learned on that day. Then, for the second period grade, we can see from the graph that many students obtain grade 10 for their second period grade, which is 19 students out of 150 students, forming 12.67% of them. Almost half of them obtain grade that below than 10, and only 1 student get grade 4, forming 0.67% of the students. The travel time can be related to the number of school absence. From this pie chart, it shows that majority mathematics students live nearby to school, which only take about less than 50 minutes to go to school, which is 109 students out of 150 students, forming 72.67% of them. However, there are also 4 students who are far from school, which is takes them about more than 1 hour to go to school, forming 2.67% of the students. Basically, most of the students are able to go to school in a short period of time.
Hello, my name is Maisarai Farhana binti Ismail, matric number 280403. Pie chart that shows the age of mathematics students based on dataset that given. Based on pie chart, most of mathematics students is 15 years old, which is 79 students, forming 53% from the data. The students of 18 and 19 years old is equal, which is only one student take the mathematics subject, forming 1% each from the dataset. To conclude, we can see that the mathematics students are the most take the mathematics subject is 15 years old. Pie chart shows the time of students to spend studying on a weekly. From this pie chart, we can see that 2 until 5 hours is the major weekly study time from the sample students. The total of students' weekly study time from mathematics students for 2 until 5 hours is 72, forming 48% of the students. To conclude, we can say that most of the students are spend more time to study weekly. From the pie chart, we can see that 73 students out of 150 students are excellent of the current head status, forming 49% of the students. The other current head status is poor. There are only 14 students are poor of the current head status, forming 9% of the students. So we can say that mathematics students are from mathematics students are healthy than other current head status. From the graph above, we can say that the performance for first period grade is 10, meaning that most of the students obtain grade 10 for first period grade, forming 13.33% of the students' population with the number of 20 students out of 150 students. To conclusion, the first period grade is important to the mathematics students to increase the performance in mathematics subject.
From the research, we can see it based on the performance of students for the second period grade. Grade obtained by most of the students in second period remain the same from first period, which is grade 10. Also, we can see that few of the students has been improved their grade to get a grade that more than 10. Thus, we can see that their performance in second period grade are getting better when we compare it to first period grade.
Although the lowest grade, grade 0 has an increment in frequency from 7 to 11 from the second period grade to final grade. One of the highest grade, grade 18, has an increment from 5 to 6, while grade 19 remains the same at 3, and a new grade, which is grade 20, is obtained by a student. From the results, we can conclude that the students' performances improve in final grade.
From the analysis made, we can see that the mathematics students' performances are getting better from the first period to second period, then to final. It can be seen from the decrement of the score of grade 0 from first period to final, and also the increment of the mean of the higher grades. In conclusion, this research proves that the factors stated affect the performance of mathematics students. This research should also be conducted when the performances are bad to identify the causes of that situation.